Hey guys, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Last episode we made a start on all of these generator automations, and today I think we can finally solve our power issues by getting the rainbow generator. We also moved our quarry to the nether here in the hopes to get glowstone and also diamonds. And to start off today I think we're also going to add soul sand to this list, which we'll have to give it its own drawer. So yeah, the goal for today is to get our rainbow generator up and running. We do still have to craft this thing, but we're only missing some steam and restonia and some osmiridium. The restonia should be easy. We have our empowerer here to make it empowered, which we can toss into our Mekanism PRC. We have tons of steam and DT fuel backlogged here. And now we can craft the bottom half of the generator. And now also the top half of the generator, which may take a while to craft. We should really upgrade our compactor. But with a bit of patience, we can make our rainbow generator. So this thing looks like it's capable of outputting 25 million RF a tick? And to extract all that, we're going to want the induction matrix. As I mentioned last episode, these are very heavily nested crafts, so I would like to use applied energistics to do all this work for us. However, taking a look at our interface terminal here, we only have a couple of slots left for recipes, so I think it's about time we upgraded those. So I think for now we'll request another 10 interfaces. This will obviously put some more load on our power supply, so I don't want to go too crazy here, but we'll also need some more molecular assemblers for this. Yeah, that's more like it. That should give us plenty of space to get all of the induction recipes in. And there's going to be a lot of these things to encode, so yeah. Oh, and we're going to need wires for this. Lots and lots of wires. Maybe we should get these started right now in the metal press. You remember this from episode 3? Well, yeah, we got to work with this late game as well. Oh, this isn't a good sign. This is only one induction cell, and look how much stuff we're missing. And yeah, we need a few of these things, at least. I did anticipate this, so between episodes I upgraded the alloy smelter that's handling the osglow glass here, although it looks like our refined glowstone can't quite keep up here. Yeah, this osmium compressor is going to need some upgrades by now. But yeah, I'm just going to take some time, probably quite a lot of time, and hopefully we'll be back when we can craft this induction matrix. Alright, so after about 4 hours or so, we are finally able to get our ultimate induction provider. However, one of these things is not quite enough. As you can see, this only lets us input 13.1 million RF a tick, and our generator outputs 25 million. So yeah, we're still waiting on the second one, and we are short some materials to be able to do that. It's actually not as much as I thought, but one of the main ones though is osmium. So as you saw, I moved the builder back to the deep dark. So yeah, taking a look at our osmium storage here, we are at 0. So yeah, all of that osglow glass is very expensive for us. As you saw, I also did upgrade a range of machines, as well as adding conductive iron here to our ingot wall. And as you guys suggested, we also added this resources fisher, which is pretty much just a faster version of this Actually Editions fishing net, even though it's earlier in the quests. Oh yeah, I have to sort out the loot for this thing. But yeah, this is going to give us our enchanted books that we're after for the disenchantment generator. So yeah, last episode we automated all of the generators besides 1 or 2, and this disenchantment generator was one of them. We're also going to supplement the enchanted books with Flim Flam. So Flim Flam enchant, which I have on the storage monitor, these are all the items that, by the way, that we don't have fully automated. I mean, technically we have TNT fully automated, but the rest of these things we do have to keep an eye on. But the Flim Flam enchantment is basically just 4 emeralds and a book, and it gives you Flim Flam 4, which lasts for 33.5 minutes. Which I would say is a very, very good deal. And then we can supplement this with our resources fisher over there. But yeah, I also farmed a bunch of withers to get some more nether stars for this nether star generator. And with that, I think we have all of the items stocked. I did also build our induction matrix here with the induction port here. In fact, I think we have to set this to import. Oh, it was already on import, okay. So yeah, we want the rainbow generator on this input port. As I don't think there's anything else that can transfer this amount of power between the blocks. Maybe a phantom face. But yeah, this induction matrix has to be 3 by 4 by 3 minimum. but we've made it here 4x4x5. And then on the inside, we have the induction cells. This is what determines how much energy it can store. And the induction provider is how much energy it can input and output. So because these things are super expensive, we just have the elite induction cell, which is capable of storing 25.6 GRF. And that is a lot. So yeah, I decided not to go for the ultimate induction cell. But we will need another provider to get maximum benefit out of our rainbow generator. But yeah, let's not wait any longer. Let's fire this thing up. And you guys also mentioned in the comments that the rainbow generator only checks once every 11 ticks if all other generators are running, which means that we can actually throttle these things to save some of the input. So to do that, we're using a RF Tools timer set on 11 ticks, with pause with the redstone signal active, so that way we can control it with our lever. And we also have some inner energy conduits hooked up to an energy trash can. This is just to avoid power that these generators output, as I believe if these are full, they will stop, and that will obviously prevent our rainbow generator from running. We could, in theory, use all the power that these generators make. Compared to the rainbow generator, it's almost nothing. So I don't think it's worth trying to mess with keeping these generators empty. But yeah, just a once over just to make sure everything is full. Looks like we're all good to go here. So we have the lever hooked up to the top. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, I think the generators are running, but the rainbow generator isn't. Does the rainbow generator need a redstone signal? Possibly. So I double checked and the rainbow generator doesn't need a signal, but you know what does need a signal is these other generators. So we have them hooked up here, but these conduit lines are not connected. Alright, let's try this again. So are you going to work this time? Oh, it does! Nice! Oh, check it out. We have a rainbow generator. So I also made this little maintenance corridor on the left hand side here to access our induction matrix. Oh wow, yeah, a few seconds took us up to 3.57 GRF. That's crazy. Alright, well, yeah, obviously we don't need to keep this running all the time as we have such a big buffer, and this is something we'll keep upgrading. But now that we have power, let's actually put it to good use. So we're going to make a couple of power cells here so that we can transport our power around. And the recipe for these power cells really isn't too bad at this point in the game. This was a very scary thing to look at, the machine frame. But now that we have this stuff automated, it's pretty easy. We just have to hit the button on our applied energistics system. And just like that, we have 2 power cells, which we're going to upgrade twice. We're going to make the advanced power cell. The advanced one can transport 20,000 RF a tick, which for most setups is going to be absolutely fine. So yeah, we'll change this port to output, plug in our power cell, and I think for now we'll just keep everything on the one channel. So we'll link them all to link ID 2, which is the same thing we're using on the output of our diesel gens here. So we'll put in the power cell card, and this will be set to input here. One of the very first things we're going to do is remove the limit on this builder. So before we had this energy cell just to limit it to 300 RF a tick, but now that we have basically infinite power, I mean it's not infinite, but yeah, it's more power than we can actually use at this point. What we'll do is hook up the power cell directly on the builder, put a little conduit here to power our transceiver. And it looks like the output on this thing isn't fast enough on the other side now. Oh, it maybe is fast enough, it's just that we're getting darkstone here, which we should definitely void actually. Yeah, I'll go and add that to the blacklist on the builder there. Oh yeah, that's going to be much faster now, the rate that we're getting ores. But with us just increasing the power on that thing, we will definitely have to buff our machines up here. This also allows us to add more to our applied energistics system, and in fact I may integrate this into our main power network now, that we won't have any more power troubles, as before it was just segregated on our thermoelectric generators. Actually, now that we've hooked up that builder, let's just double check how fast we're losing power here. Oh yeah, this thing is barely even moved. We're still at 3.55, and it looks like it spikes up to 6,000 every now and again. Yeah, that power is going to last us for a long time anyway. So yeah, to upgrade the Mekanism machines, we've already had access to these upgrades for a while. It's just that they did require a lot more energy to run, which we couldn't afford before. But to upgrade the thermal machines, we do need the upgrade kits, and they are already at hardened tier. So the next tier is reinforced, and for this we need fluxed electrum. To make fluxed electrum we need electrum ingots, which we already have on passive. Redstone alloy we have on passive, and pyrotheum we also have on passive actually. So why not add fluxed electrum on passive as well? Passive all the things. We are out of interface slots here though. The question is, do we have enough channels here? Yeah, 1 channel left here. So yeah, 1 more ingot on passive, that is fluxed electrum. Another component of these upgrade kits is the Z-Logic controller. And we have already made quite a lot of these things actually. They're used in the limited item filter, but we're still to hook up this slice and splice to our applied energistics network. So let's do that. And the extra effort to already route the cable here is now paying dividends. We can just plug in our interface and set the configuration for the side outputs. Then we can just add in a recipe for the Z-Logic controller. We'll take out the shears and the axe though. Add it into our slice and splice interface, and now those should be requestable. So now I think we have all of the materials for the upgrade kits. We can just encode a recipe for this. Oh, we were just missing the ingots to plates recipe though, which is going to go in our compactor. And in fact, these machines also need some upgrades in them. Let's just manually batch craft another stack of flux electrum in this alloy smelter. It's going to be much faster and speed along the process a bit. Alright, so that allows us to make 6 reinforced upgrade kits, but why stop there? We can even go up to the signalum version. This takes some iridium plates, some blocks of signalum, and redstone transmission coils. And all of these materials we already have on passive. I think we just need a few recipes for these things. So can we request 6 of the signalum tier 1s? We can, nice, alright. We should also make use of the extra augment slots the machines are going to have now. So we're going to request some more auxiliary reception coils, which increase the machine's speed even more. So we have them all at signalum tier, each with 5 auxiliary reception coils in them each. This is a much more respectable processing speed. And I guess we'll also put our speed upgrades back in these smelting factories. So the next thing I think we should do is upgrade our applied energistics system again. So yeah, the problem is we can only have 2 crafts going at once, as we only have 2 processors. So if we try to request something else, it just tells us that there's no CPUs available. Adding another 2 CPUs with 64K crafting storages and 3 crafting coprocessors each should help speed up our 82 auto crafting. We just have to plug these guys in. Alright, so with some more power and some upgrades out of the way, we can move on with a little bit more progression I think today. So now that we have our rainbow generator, we can now produce rainbow stone, which does require an active rainbow generator to produce. We make this in the Resonator with some stone burnt, and this also requires 64 grid power. Currently we only have 41 grid power being generated. Ideally we would want the dragon egg mill, which can give up to 500 GP, but this does require 2 rainbow stones to craft. So before we can get this, we need a couple of the other mills. We're currently using the fire mills to give us grid power, however adding any more of these will provide diminishing returns. And I think our best bet for now is just to use the water mills. These are fairly cheap at this point in the game. So we've got 5 to begin with here, but I noticed that the quest actually says that these have been nerfed to a quarter x their normal amount. So I have a feeling this won't take us up to the 64 grid power that we need. Let's find out. So these watermills have to be surrounded by flowing water on all sides, and it looks like this only takes us up to 58 grid power. It looks like this middle one is only generating us 3, whereas the rest is 3.5. But either way, we're going to have to look at some other forms of grid power generation for the time being. So I think the lava mills should do the trick. And I am aware that these lava mills do produce more in the nether. I'm hoping that isn't going to be necessary. Hopefully we can get enough just by placing them here. So it looks like we're at 78 grid power. And we needed 64 to get our rainbow stone. Let's go try this thing out. So I think what we'll do is move our resonator over next to the rainbow gen. Not that it actually matters, we don't have to plug this machine in or anything. But it's just so that we can control how long this rainbow gen runs for. And I'm not actually sure what the best solution for this lever is. If we should just continue to do it manually, or maybe hook up some redstone logic to the amount of power in our induction matrix. That may be something worth considering. But yeah, we need to put in our stone burnt to the resonator and then switch on our generator again. Man, that thing looks so cool. Alright, are we going? We are going, nice. And it is pretty slow. Hopefully we've got enough input items to keep these generators running. Yeah, it looks like it's going to take a good minute, maybe a minute and a half per piece of rainbow stone. We are still running though, which is a very, very good sign. It means that our automations are robust enough. And there hasn't been any hitches yet. But yeah, we're almost there with the first rainbow stone. Oh, it did go off there for a second. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Maybe I spoke too soon. Alright, what's happened here? Oh, it says the grid is overloaded. Oh, you know what I think it might be actually is our passive resonators over here. Since we used some of our polished stone up to make those mills, maybe these things are running? Yeah, this one is trying to run, which I think is stealing the grid power away from the rainbow stone over there. So we should stop the output of this thing. And I think we actually also had one more resonator somewhere. Yeah, there's one more over here. What is this doing? Lunar reactive dust. Okay, this looks like it's full though, so I think it was just the other one doing the polished stone. Let's go try this again. So switching this back on, it does work, alright. I think we just need the one more for the dragon egg mill. Yeah, we need one more, and then once we have the dragon egg mill, this process should be significantly faster. I'm curious how much power that induction matrix is going to be left with though. You think it's going to be full? We're pausing. Oh no, what's happening? Oh, one of those things is probably empty. Just double checking down here. It looks like everything, all the generators are full. Besides this overclock generator, which was quite low on Dark Oak Planks the first time I opened the UI. So I think we may have to get some speed upgrades on this thing. Yeah, some more extract speeds. But we made it. We got our 2 rainbow stones. We can turn this thing off. Let's just check our power here. See, I wonder if the induction matrix filled up. Oh, it did fill up. Oh, okay, so that means we were avoiding some power. Well, that's alright. We will upgrade our induction matrix down the line anyway. So to make our dragon egg mill, we just need a nether star, some dark steel blocks, which I did increase the limit on, by the way. We have nearly 1500 ingots. And in fact, I was actually thinking about maybe investing in the dark steel armor. I'm not sure if we have a better alternative at this point of the game. But we also just need the Eye of Redstone. And we'll steal a nether star from our generator here. And there is the dragon egg mill. We just need our dragon egg on the top. And now we have, oh wow, we have 1300 GP. Awesome, so this should allow us to get some more speed upgrades in this thing. And there is some higher tier speed upgrades actually that we've yet to make. To get these higher tier speed upgrades though, we're going to need some magical apples and some enchanted ingots. To make these though, we need to use our enchanter from extra utilities. So let's hook this up to our applied energistics system here. I have this interface. I'm not sure if this is going to pull from this machine. We may have to set up a little buffer for this thing. Yeah, that's easy enough to fix though. So we just have the interface pointing towards this wooden crate, which is just acting as a buffer. And then we have some item conduit back here, extracting on brown, which gets inserted into the enchanter. And then we extract on blue, which goes all the way underneath and back into the interface to complete the craft. So that was for the magical speed upgrade, which is the 2nd tier. And to take it up to one more tier above this, which is the ultimate, this does require some drops of evil, which are only craftable, remember? But it does also require evil infused iron, which does require some nether stars. So I'm wondering if it's worth to set up some nether star automations. I don't know what sort of wither killing options we have in this pack. Well, I was going to maybe suggest the mob grinder, but looking at the recipe for this thing, I don't think that's going to happen. Oh man, what even is this stuff? Let's not look at that scary stuff for now. Let's try just with the magical speed upgrades, which looks like we can go up to a maximum of 16. Yeah, let's see how fast this goes. So we'll put in our speed upgrades. Switch on our generator. Oh yeah, that's much faster than what it was before. Yeah, I don't think the next tier of upgrades are going to actually even be necessary. This rainbow stone is used in some of the extra utilities 2 machines, like these mechanical crafters. These are really, really nice things to have. We also need rainbow stone as part of these content tweaker items, which is the gates to some of the later game chapters. And finally, we can also make a Quantum Quarry, which I think is what we're going to get into next actually. So to make our Quantum Quarry, we need, obviously the Quantum Quarry itself, and we also need some actuators. I think we need 6 of these things, 1 on each side. And this is definitely not another cheap machine to build. We need some of these ender casings, so yeah, I guess we need 6 of these, and we also need another builder. Oh, I guess it's 8 ender casings. Another builder, which is 4 block breakers. Man, this is a lot of machine casings to make. We could actually just take our builder that we already have, but I think I would like to keep that one in the deep dark. And we can make use of 2 of these machines. So I put in the recipes, let's see what we're missing here. Oh, that's a long ingredient list. We're just missing the builder. Although, yeah, the builder itself isn't cheap. So let's not make the same mistake twice. Only 2 block breakers are required. So we just need 2 ME drives. There's our second builder. And now we should be able to request our Quantum Quarry. Yeah. And all of the auto-crafting seems to be a lot faster these days as well, with all the upgrades we've just made. This is nice. It feels like we're finally starting to get somewhere. We're just missing 24 rainbow stone, but with the upgrades, this shouldn't be too bad. Oh, all the power we're voiding is so sad. So yeah, I've never actually used this Quantum Quarry before, but from what I've read, it's highly configurable. We can even configure the biome it mines in, and it actually doesn't pull directly from the world like the builder, so it will not actually destroy any of the blocks around it. According to the wiki, it mines from a hypothetical dimension, which may or may not have existed. And it also, I guess, has the added benefit that we don't need to move it every 256 blocks. It will just infinitely mine us resources. Alright, and 24 rainbow stone. Alright, so we're just waiting on a few more things crafting up. I think we're missing some Enderium for this. But once we get this quarry, we're going to also want a better way to move items around. We could technically just hook it up directly to our drawer controllers there with some item conduit or something, but I mean, that is going to look terrible. Instead, I think we should try to invest in getting some ender chests. They're all the way down at the bottom of the page over here, and it looks like we have to go through several different steps to get this thing. I'm not entirely sure what's required for us to be able to unlock these things, but the main thing that's gating us here is this advanced ender core. Uh-oh. Okay, I didn't expect to see a multi-block here. Oh, this requires mana steel, which, yeah, we need to get into some Botania for this. Well, I don't think we can do this yet. I think we may have to just settle by making another dimensional transceiver. So, to summon the witches, we need eggs. And I have a feeling we'll be doing this quite a bit, so let's grab one of these guys. So, welcome chicken to your new home. Yeah, that's a perfect spot for this guy. Alright, witches, no funny business today. Like the last time. We just once again have to put these guys through the soul binder. We also just need a little batch of dark solarium ingots. I don't know why I'm still using the arc furnace here. The alloy smelter that we've got is full, which probably means that we should upgrade it. Or possibly even add a second. But let's see, we just need 2 more of these melodic capacitors. Oh, that's right, I remember these things. And we'll grab some more endermen. We also need some more prismarine for our capacitors, which I was going to put through this atomic reconstructor, however I noticed this is out of power. And this is definitely not a good sign, as this means I forgot to hook this up. And probably means that we wasted a bunch of elevatium, as it probably dropped it on here and then it just sat here and despawned. Well, mistakes were definitely made there. I was wondering where all of those crystal bundles went to. Well, I guess it's about time we give this thing a power cell. Alright, well after some more crafting and fixing that little mistake, there is our 2-dimensional transceivers again. And I think that means that we can also request our actuators here. Alright, so the question is, where do we want to put this thing? As far as I'm aware, it doesn't actually matter in terms of like which biome it mines in. I think it depends on which filter you put inside. So I think we can have this placed anywhere. But it makes sense to have it next to the ore processing here. How about right here? Let's just make sure we're not on a chunk boundary here. So did you form the multi-block? Okay, you did. Nice. So this looks like where our biome markers and our filters are going to be. We're also first of all going to have to give this thing power, so we'll give it a power cell. And we'll connect up our transceiver. And the quarry will just output to any adjacent inventory. A quick search in JEI for biomarker brings up a lot of choices here. I have no clue what we should be going for here. I believe the quarry can also accept enchanted books, and it will actually apply this as it mines the items. So I think we'll go for the fortune, or maybe we should go for silk touch since that's what our ore processing is designed for. Yeah, let's do silk touch instead. And we can easily make a silk touch book with our dark steel enchanter. Alright, I think we've got everything here. Let's just hook this up and see how it goes. Oh, it's already mined up some blocks here. Yeah, we're going to want to filter this for sure. I'm not sure if this is like the builder in that it only consumes power on the blocks that it actually mines. But let's also put in our silk touch book, which I think also increases the power that this thing requires. Alright, so I started filtering out this quarry, and I think this is going to take me quite a while. There's quite a lot of stuff we have to filter out here. Yeah, like grass and limestone. We don't want limestone or diorite, or even stone. We can just trash all this stuff, I think. Or, wait, hold on. Can we do this from JEI? We can't. Okay, this is no Ender IO filter. Alright, so everything has to be added manually. And I've decided to do a blacklist on this just to trash everything we don't want, as I think this is going to be easier than doing a whitelist. Actually, you know what? It's maybe not as fast as I first thought. This may be on par with the builder in terms of speed once we filter out all of the garbage items we don't want. Well, we have it now. Every piece of resource generation is going to help. And once we have basically infinite resources, I mean, a couple of hours of this plus the builder is going to give us so many resources to work with next episode. And that means that we can once again increase the limits on all of our ingot wall here, increase all of our buffers, and then that should give us much more to work with. Oh, and I've also not set a biome marker. It looks like it's just picked mountains. Do you guys have any recommendations on the biomarker for any specific resource or anything like that? Leave it in the comments. So yeah, I'm going to keep messing with this Quantum Quarry in between episodes and try to get all the filters set. Let's also claim our quest rewards that we got today. I know you guys love it when I leave these in the quest book. I would also like to just say at the end of this episode here today, massive thank you to all you guys who have stuck around during this series. There's been a lot of new viewers as well recently. So welcome to all of you who have just joined. We're going to have a lot more episodes left of this series, I suspect. And I think this is going to be a long one, but yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Also, flying around here, the base is really starting to come together. I mean, of course, there's still a lot of unfinished roofs and areas, But it's looking pretty cool, I think. I'm definitely glad I made the change away from the black and white though. I really do like this limestone. But yeah, with that, thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another episode of Divine Journey 2.